Request denied. Hi TFTS. First time poster here, but a long time lurker. I work in a moderately sized company where we have both internal employees and contractors at client sites. My job is about what you would expect: fix issues as they come in, image and set up machines, and deal with standard BS mixed in. I've been there for a few years now and have some great stories. This one comes from the beginning of the year when a new user thought he could game the system for a better machine. We are about a 50/50 split in PC and MacBooks. The machines that each user get are very similar in specs. The determination of what machine they get is based on the client and their position. Of course, PC users who don't like PC will do what they can to get a MacBook, only to get denied. We also get MacBook users who want upgrades to a newer system, citing slow systems and needing the latest and greatest to get their work done that magically gets done anyways. That brings us to the user at the center of my story today. This happened just after Apple released the latest MacBook Pros with the atrocious touch bar and butterfly keyboard that I loathe. Naturally, we get a dozen or so requests the next day, all of which are marked with the same response. Request denied. Your machine is within a lifespan and still under warranty. Both PC and Macs have a 4-year lifespan. When the lifespan expires, we upgrade as inventory allows. Naturally, we get a few users who show up and try to plead their case in person, and I turn them away. Then I get our specific users who won't take no for an answer. We'll call him Mike. Mike is a diva. Mike will always go to bat for himself, prop himself up, and complain every step of the way. He's a good developer, but he's not as good as he says, according to the guys who work with him. For some reason, Mike looked at that touch bar MacBook and determined he had to have it. Mike puts in a ticket like everyone else, going on and on about how the touch bar functionality is suddenly vital to his job. Spoiler, it isn't, and he should be able to order one. Request denied. Your machine is within a lifespan and still under warranty. Copy/paste/close. Mike was in my office within 10 minutes. Mike, help desk hero, why did you reject my ticket? Because your machine is only 2 years old. You don't need a new one. Mike, but my machine has been really slow the last month and I think I should get an upgrade. Where's your ticket for the slow system? Mike, I'm too busy to deal with your ticketing system. Then I can't help you if I don't know there's a problem. Mike stormed out of the office after more whining. I wasn't stupid, though. He wasn't going to give up. I went ahead and reopened his request ticket and updated it with our conversation in my office. Sire, everyone. A week later, a ticket comes in. MacBook has a broken screen. Yep, it was Mike's. Mike included a picture of the broken screen in the ticket to help me out, of course. Sure enough, half the screen was unusable. Before I can even reach out to him, he's in my office with the MacBook. He's doing his best to look upset. So how did it break, Mike? Mike, I'm not sure. I walked away for a little bit to use the bathroom, came back, and it was broken. Screens don't just blow up like this, Mike. Something had to have happened. Mike, I don't know what happened. Help desk hero. It wasn't my hill to die on just yet, but I told him to give me a bit to see what our Apple Care coverage included. He disappeared as I pulled it up, confirming that we got a discount on accidental damage, but it wasn't fully covered. Just about everything else was. A quick call to Apple Enterprise Support confirmed it wasn't going to be cheap to replace, somewhere around $700 with our discount. I go to my boss and tell him the whole situation. Of course, I can't prove he was the one that broke the screen and he's going to at least need a loaner before we decide what to do. Boss, what do we have in inventory? We are pretty tight right now. Just a couple available. We have a pending quote for our restock with the new models. Boss, do we have any other machines? Before I answered, it dawned on me, we still had older MacBooks. You know, the really fat ones with the disk drives still in them. The ones that, at this point, were about 6 years old, and we kept for emergencies. Boss had the same idea and we both shared a laugh. Boss, go get one of the fat Macs. Image that and don't tell him it's just a loaner. Let's let him sweat. Mike came back not long after, and I told him that we were still deciding. what to do about his machine, but that I would at least get him a loaner for the time being. Mike somehow twisted this around into hearing that he was getting a new machine. Mike, okay, when you order a new one, I need more than 16 gigs of memory. I need 32 gigs and a stronger processor. Oh, and a 1 terabyte SSD. Thanks help desk hero. Before I could even break the news to him, he was gone. Oh hell no, you did not just do that. I took great pride in imaging that fat MacBook. I got everything ready for it and messaged him that the loaner was ready for pickup. He came upstairs and almost fainted when he saw his temporary machine. Mike, I can't use this. Yes you can. Log in. Mike, this machine is so old. But it has a fresh image on it, so it should run faster than your other machine, right? After going through his setup, he stormed out of the office. It wasn't long before his boss showed up wanting to know what the hell was going on. After a quick explanation and showing him the broken MacBook, he just sighed and shrugged. He asked if we were going to give him a new machine. I told him he wasn't getting rewarded for breaking a company asset, but I'd get a replacement that matched the one he broke. His boss agreed and let it die. Apple got the repair done pretty fast, and I messaged Mike to come pick it up. He was in my office so fast, ready to throw the fat MacBook out the window. Much to his disappointed and my delight, he saw his old machine ready to go with a brand new screen. Mike, but that smiled machine. Yes, Apple got the repair done pretty fast. All your data was saved, so you can do a quick swap. Mike, but that's not what I requested. And your request was denied. That didn't change. Mike took the machine and left. I wiped the old machine and tucked it away. A couple of weeks later, we got a shipment of the new MacBooks in, but didn't tell anyone about it. Around that time, a ticket came in for new users to join the same team Mike was on. I made sure those new users got the shiny new MacBooks because I'm that petty. After they went through their setup, they made their way to the area they worked. A few minutes later, a ticket came in. Yes, it was from Mike. New employees have updated MacBooks on our team. I feel I should have one as well as a senior employee. I shrugged. Request denied. Your machine is within a lifespan and still under warranty. Copy/paste/close. That's awesome. You should keep one of those new MacBooks aside and assign it to Mike when his current one turns exactly 4 years, which would make the new one already an old machine D. Make sure it is one with a keyboard guaranteed to fail, but which is currently still not broken. Guaranteed to fail? What does that entail? The 2015 to 2018 MacBook product line used an infamously failure-prone keyboard design. In order to make the computer as thin as possible, they used a low-depth membrane keyboard, and it starts to fail regularly after about 5 to 10,000 keystrokes. It's not even that. The keyboard can be defeated by dust. Seriously. Doesn't matter how many keystrokes it's taken. It's not even that. That's just something they spread before people called them out on their BS. If you go to their website, that help page isn't even up anymore. It truly boggles the mind that Apple are releasing new models with the same fault as 4 to 5-year-old models. They even admit it because the 2019 model is already on the recall program. Who the hell releases a device that has to be put on a 4-year-old recall program? Who the hell releases a device that has to be put on a 4-year-old recall program? You've already answered that rhetorical question. Okay, who other than Apple would do that? Since the accident with the screen, you are now regarded as a high-risk user and are now prioritized accordingly. I had a user who purposely damaged his machine to get a new one. I gave him an older unit. He did the same thing. I gave him an even older unit. He then asked why he was not getting a new unit. My reply: you cannot be trusted with a new laptop from your track record of breaking laptops. So he stopped breaking laptops after that in fear he would get an older unit. It was known at that much longer after that his employment was terminated. What was the oldest machine you had in reserve for him to eventually use? Some slate and chalk. It wasn't a clay tablet and a stick, only because he can't be trusted with a kiln. A box of mud and a stick to draw in it. I have a rule. Totally against company policy and very flexible, but if you are nice / make me laugh / have a really good reason, you are probably going to get an upgrade to the new shiny. If you ask for an upgrade, you will be told we are not a phone shop and denied instantly. We always keep a good stock of perfectly good iPhone SEs, so there is always something to swap to when the user demands one of the new iPhone 7s. I know, my boss is fully aware of my policy. I'm very popular because of it, and I don't abuse it too much. Always be nice to your guy. I am kind and patient with it. I never abuse the system and I always file my tickets properly. Even if I am having a casual conversation with one of them about an issue I am having, I never skip the line or expect priority treatment, or I just file my ticket like I am supposed to. I do not blame them for my own stupidity and I accept answers when they come, even if I might disagree on a policy application, as long as I feel I have at least has a chance to defend my position. Because of this, my team and I are always well taken care of. Our tickets, both large and small, always get handled within 24 hours. And when I have those true 911 emergencies, they are willing to go the extra mile for me. Always be nice to